Yesterday, I saw Alita Battle Angel, and it was a great cyberpunk movie. A movie you should probably watch. Back in my wee days, I was just familiar with the name Battle Angel Alita. I haven't seen the OVA, haven't read the manga, so the movie coming out was an unfamiliar property, and I guess many people are unfamiliar with the manga or the anime. However, the creative people responsible for the movie, especially James Cameron, guarantee that it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, James Cameron wrote a book on sci-fi movies with impressive visual effects, with kick-ass female characters, and Robert Rodriguez is a director who can basically make cool movies with zero budget. So imagine given a high budget. The co-writer, Lita Kalogridis, was responsible for the Altered Carbon series in Netflix, and that was a great show too, so they probably would do something right. That's what I guessed, and that's why I went to the movies. And even though the marketing wasn't that good, there is a very strong hype about the movie. There are many fans of the movie that loved it, and I'm one of them. Okay, let's be clear about something. Those Instagram filter eyes in Alita's face are very alienating. However, in retrospect, they make sense. Those abnormally large eyes in Rosa Salazar's face reflect Alita's wide-eyed innocence in a world where all innocence is lost. This means that the creators of the movie understand that one of the basic rules of comic books, character design, reflects some inner traits of the characters. And let me tell you, this movie understands what a manga is and what works in a manga and replicates it. What made Alita Battle Angel a success? There are cool cyborgs and they fight. There are some insane designs and some of the battle scenes like the motorball trial are awesome. But it's not just the cool fights. There are also many scenes that have a very strong emotional impact, and each and every character, no matter how important is or is not, has some clearly defined goals, some emotions, growth, and all that drive the plot forward, and they create the conflicts. Once you get to know the characters and you get them by little details, the plot makes sense. Nothing seems forced. It's also very important that, from what I've seen, I wasn't familiar with the manga, but I've seen the OVA. The movie remains very faithful to the original. There are some little tweaks here and there as far as I can see, but they work. What the creators also understand is the appeal of universal themes, and Alita embodies a very universal theme. The movie begins with an Alita being in a blank state, and she's searching for her identity. There is a paternal figure, Ido, that puts her in a child's body, and he wants her to remain a child, innocent. However, Alita falls madly in love with a boy, and she rebels. And that's pretty much what puberty is. A child trying to find its identity and trying to rebel against the restriction of a protective father. Later in the movie, after she rebels and after she makes mistakes and learns from them and grows, she gains agency over her body because it's sci-fi and cyberpunk, and it's about cyborgs. And once she gets agency and is able to change her body to what she perceives herself as, she changes to a woman. And that's a great symbol for growing up, for puberty and being an adult. And tell you what, Alita isn't a perfect character. She makes a lot of mistakes. She's strong, but she's also naive and innocent. And her mistakes not only make her grow, but they also have consequences, some of which are quite unpleasant. Same applies for other characters like Ido, or Hugo, or Chiren. Their actions and their mistakes drive the plot forward, and that's what makes the movie great. It's very character driven, and while there is a huge backstory about the world, we learn everything about it gradually, and it feels very organic. And tell you what, Alita is a kick-ass character. She's strong, not only in her body, but also in her spirit. She's a fighter, she's a rebel, she's an idealist in a society of cynics. And that's where there is another symbolism. We have a warrior angel falling from the sky, and while trying to discover herself, she brings hope to the hopeless, ergo the battle angel. The ensemble cast is great. Rosa Salazar is great as Alita. She feels real even though she's in a CGI body. Christoph Waltz as Dr. Isonado is also amazing. He manages to have a very grounded performance and he steals the show. The subdued performance of Jennifer Connelly also as Siren and Mahershala Ali as Vector make a great work at keeping the movie grounded and feeling real, even though it's full of CGI. Okay, let me tell you what. Alita may be a CGI fest and is criticized for the heavy use of CGI, but at its heart, it's a very character-oriented movie and feels very real. The so-called Mexican environment of Scrap Iron City is probably the only major change from the original, but it worked great. It gives color, it gives different theme to the dystopian city compared to other cyberpunk movies. There is no neon or steel or glass. There are bricks and stone, but still it works the same. The ending of the movie sets up a sequel. Despite that though, it manages to complete the character's journey and provide a satisfactional conclusion to it, as well as open the road for the sequel. My suggestion is go see the movie, it's amazing. You'll have a ton of fun, it's a great comic book adaptation, and it made me want to see the sequel right now. So go see it, I want to see the sequel, I want the movie to succeed, go buy a ticket. Go see it now, it's amazing, you won't miss out.